Hello and welcome to this lesson on William Taylor's Tabletop Hornpipe. I'm very happy to be bringing this lesson to you today because this is one of my absolute favourites. When Jenny and I joined Chelmsford Morris back in 2015, this was the first dance that Jenny learned. The ladies dance a dance called Bollin to this tune, and it was the first tune that I played for the side. On the English concertina, that was the instrument I was playing for them when I started, and I then moved on to a cigar box guitar and now the Melodeon. I think it's fair to say that Dave Shepherd, who's the guy who wrote this, gets a little bit cross with Morris sides using his tune because we kind of dumb it down a little bit. The original version that he wrote is played on the fiddle. It's much faster, it's got more chords, more notes, but I have to say I really like this version. I really enjoy playing it. Like I say, it's one of my favourites, and we're going to play it on the D-G box today in the key of E minor. All of the notes are on the D row, and they're actually on these three buttons. You only need three buttons. Now, my Melodeon is a fourth button start, so that means I'm using buttons 4, 5 and 6. And if I actually play those three buttons and pull out, that's a chord of E minor. The notes are E, G and B. So we are in a minor key, 4 beats to the bar, and we're going to do a lot of sounding the notes just by reversing the bellows. So you'll see a liberal sprinkling of dagger symbols across my music. That's my special sign that I use to show you that that's what I want you to do. Let's talk about the B chord, because in this tune we've got B minor. Now, from the factory, most DG Melodeons come with a B major on this button here, on the push. Now, this one was no exception. It had a B major, but I like B major and B minor. So what I had Martin White do, my guy who fettles my squeeze boxes, I had him tape over the third of the B major. So he removed the D sharp. A B major chord consists of B, D sharp and F sharp. And B minor consists of B, D and F sharp. Okay, so he taped over that third. So what I've got here is this. A B5 chord, which is both minor and major because it has the notes only B and F sharp, which are common to B minor and B major. So I've got the best of both worlds. Okay, I haven't got a rich B minor chord or a rich B major chord with all three notes, but I've got a chord that works for both. Sometimes people have all their thirds taped off on this particular box, which is a Castanari Lily, but I actually wanted all the other chords to have their full content of three notes, three different notes. So I've just elected to have the B sorted out, so I've got B5. If you've got a B major chord here, you won't be able to play it when you see the B minor chord crop up in this tune, which it does on bar 7 and bar 15. So what you need to do is got a couple of options there. Okay, if you're clever enough, you might be able to tape over your third. You find the reed inside, which is that D sharp, and you just put a piece of electrical tape over it. If you're not confident about that, maybe get someone to do it for you. Or you could play this instead, which is B minor 7th, which is a B bass and a D major chord, and that will kind of do for a B minor chord, obviously. Or you could just play the B note. Okay, there's a few options there. But if you've got the B minor chord, obviously that's perfect. Or you might be in my position where you've got a B5 chord. Sorry, it's a bit of a rigmarole that, but it's important to say this before we start. Otherwise you're going to be wondering why your B major chord sounds weird if that's what you've got. The wonderful thing about Morris dancing is that the speeds fluctuate, so you need human beings to play it. It's no good using backing tracks for Morris dancing because they won't cope with the ever-changing speeds. And I'm going to put a link to a video of my Morris side performing this dance and this tune, and you'll see the different speeds that are needed in the tune, and you'll also see me in my full Morris kit playing my cigar box guitar as I was last summer, summer 2016. So, having said all that, if you look at the music, you'll see a list of how you play it in terms of the A's and the B's. It says 2A and there's an asterisk by the 2A. That just tells me that the first time the A section is played, it's played as an introduction. So the lead musician of the Morris band will play that A part through first of all on their own, and then the band join in on the second time. So you've got 2 A's, 1 B, 1 A, 1 B, etc. It goes on and on. And it says 2B for dance off. On the video you'll hear 4 big drum sounds before the dance off, as the ladies dance off, literally, and you play the B section twice for that. But anyway, if you're just playing for fun at home, don't worry about that, just play the A and the B as many times as you like. So on the first bar of the A part, you've got a note of E played 3 times. On my Melodeon, like I said, it's a fourth button start. So button 4 gives me the E on the pull, finger 1. There's 3 of those. Now you've got 2 crotchets and 4 quavers. So that gives me 1, 2, 3 and 4. And like that. So 3 E's on the pull. Then go to the button below that, push in, finger 2 gives me an F sharp. And then if I pull, as I play the same button, I get a G, and still pulling, I return to my first note. So I've got E, 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 F sharp, G, E. And you'll notice the dagger underneath the G note, because I can just leave the second finger on the button, reverse the bellows, and I hear the sound of the note. The chord behind this bar is E minor. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to do an bar. We're going to go like that. So E bass, E minor chord, E bass, E minor chord. Okay, so where do the basses occur? Well, the bass note E occurs with the first E right hand note. The second bass item, the E minor chord, comes with that second E crotchet. And then the bass note comes on the next E. The F sharp, because it's on the push, has no bass, so make sure the bass is lifted. And when you play the G on that button, that's where the final E minor chord of the bar comes. So this is one of the skills of the Melodeon player, that he or she can separate the bass and the treble. When you've got a tune like Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, where you have a right hand note that goes with the bass all the way through, nothing to worry about. But here there's more things in the right hand than there is in the left, so make sure that you can feel where the impars come. I think it's fairly obvious, but quite hard to do if you're inexperienced. Notice the grip I'm using. My thumb's round the back of the fingerboard. Some people put their thumb on the edge, it's absolutely fine. I think I may have started doing that, but I've since moved my thumb around the back, and I'm doing this kind of Melodeon death grip now. Okay, so that's the first bar. 1, 2, 3 and 4.